Hello everyone, welcome to Diego Knows. I am Diego, and today I am going to talk about the book of Boba Fett for Disney Plus. Okay, that show finally concluded. Now, if you remember when it first came out, I reviewed episode 1, and I talked about how I was kind of excited about the show and stuff and what they were going to happen because Boba Fett is my favorite character on Star Wars. Okay, well, after I saw episode 2, I decided there's just not enough here for me to review it. It's boring, and we still got another 5 episodes to go. So I think I'm just gonna, watch the whole thing and then just do a big review, which is what I'm doing right now. Okay, it's hard for me to talk about this show because, well, honestly, the show wasn't good. It sucked. It really did. They don't understand Boba Fett, or they don't want to understand Boba Fett. My understanding is what happened is they wanted to greenlight a Boba Fett movie back in 2015. The director that they hired, Josh Trank, he had just come out with that Fantastic Four stick movie. Remember that Fantastic Four movie, that piece of shit movie from 2015? Yeah, well, he directed that, and then he talked shit about it before it even premiered. So he got blacklisted in Hollywood, and he had just been hired to do the Boba Fett movie, so they fired him. And of course, he came out with some statement like, "Oh, I couldn't bring myself to do it." And it was bullshit. He got fired from it. Okay, Kathleen Kennedy, the head of Lucasfilm, fired him because of the way that he handled, his Fantastic Four movie. He talked shit about the movie before it came out. The studio did not like that. They fired him. He blacklisted himself. Okay, and the movie was a piece of shit. It really was. It was just identity politics out the ass. The story made no sense, and that was actually the least of it was the identity politics. I mean, that was just a bullshit story. Terrible acting, terrible everything. Okay. But we're not talking about that right now. Anyway, he got hired to do the Boba Fett. He got fired from it. They decided to after all the Star Wars movies came out, what a piece of shit those were. Okay, after that all happened, then Disney Plus comes about. They decided that instead of doing a Boba Fett movie, they were going to do a Boba Fett TV show on Disney Plus, right? But the problem is for some reason they didn't want to use Boba Fett. They didn't want to, they don't want to trust. This character has such little screen time, but he has so many fans like me. He was a very popular character, even though we never even saw his face. So they decided to make The Mandalorian instead. So it was like a Boba Fett show without Boba Fett. Okay, so they came up with an original Mandalorian instead of that was not Boba Fett, and that show actually did very well. It actually saved the Star Wars franchise for a little while. It did, Then they fucked it up again. But it was unbelievably popular. People liked it. Jon Favreau was behind it, and Dave Filoni, the guy that did the Clone Wars cartoon show. So they were all behind that, and they did very good. Baby Yoda, everybody loved Baby Yoda. People that didn't like Star Wars knew who Baby Yoda was. Okay, so they had a hit there, but they fucked it up. Okay, but the point is that was supposed to be Boba Fett. It wasn't supposed to be the Mandalorian. It wasn't supposed to be Din Djarin. But it was Boba Fett for the most part. If you really think about it, like the voice. The way that he never ever took off his helmet unless he absolutely had to. I know it pissed off Pedro Pascal a lot that he had to wear that fucking helmet all the time, that he never got to see. He's an actor and you never get to see his face. But that's the character. Okay, that's Boba Fett's character, okay? So he was playing a not Boba Fett, right? But that was more like what the character of Boba Fett should be. He's mysterious, And he's slim. He's slim, he's mysterious, he's dangerous. And he has no moral compass. We don't know what it is. Like he's a bad guy. He's a bad guy. He does things for money, And then they came up with this. But he was very popular, and they couldn't use. And they decided let's actually use Boba Fett now, okay? But the problem was that wasn't Boba Fett. They gave us some barrel-chested, out of shape 60-year-old guy, who I know he played Jango Fett in the prequels, and I know that he's a clone. Boba Fett's a clone of Jango Fett, so it'd be the same actor. And that part makes sense. I like that part. What bothered me is that if you remember Boba Fett was slim. He wasn't like some beer-bellied, 60-year-old guy. Okay, he had a white coverall undersuit underneath the armor. This Boba Fett had a fat fucking turban-shaped fucking black fucking thing that added an additional 30 pounds onto him. I mean, he looked like he was dressed for like cold weather, and he's supposed to be in the fucking desert, and he looks like he's all padded up in this fucking black robe. Like, who gives a shit about it? It doesn't look like Boba Fett. It looks like he's got a double chin. If you look at the Boba Fett had a thin chin. This guy's got a fat chin. He's got no quarter gar. Okay, that's the rope around his shoulder. He doesn't have that. He's not wearing the white bodysuit underneath. He looks fat. And he's fucking wearing a skirt, for fucking Christ's sake. He wore it in the season 2 of The Mandalorian. He wears a fucking skirt. Like, what the fuck is Boba Fett walking around with a fucking skirt on? He's not fucking supposed to wear a fucking skirt. He's wearing a fucking skirt. I know they go, oh no, it's like a cape or something. No, it's a fucking skirt. Okay? It's a fucking skirt. He's walking around with a fucking skirt on. I mean, what the fuck? He never wears his fucking helmet. He's always taking it off. We're all seeing his ugly fucking face. You know? And in the first episode I mentioned that he looked like had arthritis. He looks that way throughout the whole fucking show. He gets his ass kicked all the goddamn time. He doesn't even act like Boba Fett. He's not some cold, ruthless mercenary. He's not some cold, ruthless bounty hunter, you know, who has a reputation for disintegrating his captives. Okay, remember Darth Vader pointed that out to him. He pointed him out. Like that's the only bounty hunter Darth Vader respected. He's like, no disintegrations. The fact that this guy ever failed Darth Vader and is still alive should tell you something about this guy's badass reputation. Okay. I mean, Darth Vader fucked over Lando Calrissian. He has no respect for Lando Calrissian. But Boba Fett, he guaranteed him, you're going to get paid. Okay, if we accidentally kill Han Solo in the Carbonite, the Empire will pay you for this. Okay, I'm not going to fuck you over. Like, you see what I mean? He had respect for Boba Fett. That says many, many mountains of layers as to the kind of character that Boba Fett is, okay? The kind of badass he is. Minimalist all the way. Dude, he didn't have to do much. But the way that people around him treat him should tell you a lot about what kind of person he is. He's a fucking dangerous motherfucker. Okay, people do not fuck with him. Okay, he's got a bad temper and he has no moral compass. Okay, he will kill a little kid just as soon as he'll save one. You know, he doesn't care. It's all about the money for him. He's so mysterious that way. You know, the fact that he caught Han Solo, who's a professional smuggler. This guy's used to avoiding the authorities. Okay, he caught him like that. Okay. He outsmarted Han Solo and caught, which is not difficult to do, but the way he did it was genius. You know, he hid inside the trash. Unbelievable, good fucking job. That's his he's earned his reputation. He's a badass. He's a badass. He's not a badass on the show. He's a fucking he's like a crippled guy with arthritis. He gets his ass kicked relatively easily. He doesn't fucking wear his helmet hardly any of the time. He's basically Mr. Rogers. Okay, he cares about your feelings. He cares about animals. He cares about being accepted by the tribe. You know, the Sand Warriors. He puts up with people treating him like shit. Like he just like, I guess he just forgives them. You know, he has very difficult time fighting people. You know, like I said, he's got like arthritis or something because he's always in pain. He's always got to sleep in the back of the tank all the goddamn time. He's always asking, he's always doubting himself. He's always asking other people's opinions on what he should do. You know, like the Asian girl, Fennec Shan, whatever, you know, she's more of a badass than he is, you know, and I'm sure that's on purpose too. You know, she's got more balls than he does. He's always asking her, should I do this? What do you think this means? How do I go about doing that? You know, do you think I should do this or should I do this? Like he's always asking her advice. Like, what the fuck? You're goddamn fucking Boba Fett. You don't need anybody to ask the fucking advice, okay? You don't fucking need anybody for that. You don't need this fucking bitch to fucking fight your battles for you, okay? You're fucking Boba Fett. No, he's just some nice old grandpa guy, you know? He actually, there's a scene where he's dances with, you know, they do a whole fucking, the first 3 episodes like dances with wolves, okay? He's trying to fit in with the Tusken Raiders. And there's, in a part of their ceremonies, you got this lizard thing goes up inside your brain and puts you in a trance, like peyote trance or something. And it goes up his nose and he's like, I'm sorry. I think I might have accidentally swallowed it. Like he's like legit apologizing. I think even though this thing clearly went up his nose against his will, he's apologizing. Like, I think I might have accidentally swallowed it. Just like that. I mean, dude, you're fucking Boba Fett, for Christ's sake. What the fuck are you apologizing for? Like, this is just fucking stupid. And he's such and he wants to be an underworld. We don't even know why he wants to be an underworld boss. Why? Is this safer than being a bounty hunter? I don't think so. The people are trying to kill him still. Like, so it's like, you know, if you were like a professional soldier, you know, if you were a soldier, you know, in the middle of a war and you decided to quit so that you could become like a mercenary, like a soldier for hire, you know, a guy who makes a lot more money to fight than someone who's just getting paid regular. Is it because being a mercenary is safer than being a soldier? No, they're both equally dangerous. So why even change? You know, like why do it? We don't know why. He's the most feared bounty hunter. Him and Cad Bane are the most feared bounty hunters in the galaxy. So I know he's getting paid. If he accepts a job, he's getting paid for it. Okay, and people don't fuck him over when it comes to paying. But in this one, It's like, dude, he can't even get the fucking he can't even get the city to fucking pay him his tribute. you know? I mean, he's got to hunt them down. I'm the new crime boss around here. Can I come in, please? Yeah, I was just wondering, you know, that you didn't give me any money, and I'm the new crime boss, so like you're kind of supposed to pay me as expected. You know, if you want, oh, you don't want to pay me right now? Okay, well I understand. You know, you can pay me next week. It's fine. I'll let it slide this time. No problem. I just want to let you know that I'm in charge now. You know, Jabba's dead, and I killed Bib Fortuna, so you know, I'd really appreciate it. It would help me out. Me and my partner, we would really appreciate it if you pay us the tribute, because you know we are the new crime bosses here, and this is all our area now. We own all this stuff, you know. So if you wouldn't mind just swinging by, you know, whenever's convenient for you, and just like, you know, pay your tribute to me, I'd really appreciate it. I know she would appreciate it too. Okay, all right, thanks. Good meeting you. All right, thank you. Okay, you have a great day too. Okay, well, love the place, but I especially like the male prostitutes you got here. Yeah, those are really doing it for me. Okay, you have a good day. Bye. Like, what the fuck is this shit? This is Boba Fett. Really, this is Boba Fett. Okay. Yeah, no wonder he gets ambushed. No wonder he gets attacked. Nobody respects him. He's always questioning himself. He's questioning his orders. You know, Wookiees are biting him, and he's giving them jobs. like, didn't that fucking Wookiee just bite you in the arm? And now here you are offering to pay him to help you fight? What the fuck's this? Really, you think Boba Fett would just let some Wookiee bite him? You know, try to kill him and then just like let it go? Like, oh, it's okay, I forgive you. No problem. I understand. Hey, we all make mistakes. Hey, you know what? You're really cool, and I could really use you on my side because I trust you. You know, like, this is bullshit. This is fucking bullshit. This is a waste of bullshit, okay? And then, believe it or not, then the show gets good. You know why it gets good? Because there's no fucking Boba Fett anymore. All of a sudden, without telling anybody, the show becomes The Mandalorian. It gets season 3 of The Mandalorian. And it was pretty good. Like, these are some legit good episodes of The Mandalorian. The next 2 episodes of The Mandalorian. Like, Boba Fett don't even show up. He don't even show up for his own show, because that's how much he sucks. It ends us with, he's got these teenage Power Rangers, these cyborg Power Rangers. Which they look like they should be doing a fucking Abercrombie and Fitch commercial, not fucking being on Tatooine. These are fucking Power Rangers, you know. I was waiting to say go Power Rangers. You know, I was waiting for that. And it never happened. All right, so so it's just a bunch of bullshit. When they go to the Mandalorian is actually pretty cool. Like, you get to see Mando and his leader, you know, and he doesn't take off his helmet, like Boba Fett should never have done. You know, they got the black lightsaber thing going on. We go to see Luke. Yeah, we go to where Luke is. We see Luke again, and they did the CGI much better. And Baby Yoda's there, Grogu's there, and so's Ahsoka Tano. She's there too. Yeah, go figure. They're all like Luke and Ahsoka Tano know each other now. It's official, you know. And Luke's there training Yoda, Baby Yoda, the way the actual Yoda trained him. You know, doing the forward backflips and all that kind of shit. You know, and then finally, it was so much emotional into it, you know. Now, I know I'm reviewing Boba Fett, you know, but this episode had so much emotion to it, and it wasn't even it was a Boba Fett episode, but it had nothing to do with Boba Fett. This is all about the Mandalorian and his relationship with Grogu, which is really the heart of the Mandalorian show, which is the heart of Disney, of Lucasfilm right now, okay? Because God knows the fucking movies did not repopularize Star Wars, okay? The movies have alienated Star Wars fans, okay? Nobody likes those fucking movies. I don't give a shit what social media tells you, okay? Or what Disney's press releases tell you. The truth is, nobody liked those fucking movies. Nobody liked the sequel trilogy. They thought it was a piece of shit. But people did like The Mandalorian. And the biggest key about Mandalorian was Din Djarin, the Mandalorian, and Grogu, Baby Yoda. You know, their relationship is what kept it together. And they delve into that here, you know? And it was just so moving, you know. I mean, I'm a father myself, okay? I have a little boy, and I totally understand, like the feelings that he's having for Grogu. Like, this, it's basically his son. I mean, Grogu is basically Mando's son, you know. And to give his son up for a higher cause, you know. I mean, it's pulling at him. He's already sacrificed so much for this little kid, you know, that he can't bring himself to detach from the kid. You know, he uses excuses. Like, you know, it's a Mandalorian foundling. It's his right to have this, but the truth is, he wants his son back. He wants to check up on his son. And Grogu, you know, has you know, he's indoctrinated now into the Jedi lore. I mean, he's a Jedi. He's trained to be a Jedi. He can't live in both worlds. He can't be a Jedi and still be Mando's son, although he wants to be Mando's son. So you got to decide: do you want to be a Jedi and learn how to use the Force for good, or do you want to go back and be Mando's son? You know, and that's the conflict there. And even Ahsoka Tano has to explain that to Mando. Like, hey, listen, I know you love your kid. I know you love your kid without telling me you love your kid. I know that. But if you go over there, you're gonna fuck up what they were trying to do. You know, he's not gonna want you to leave. He's gonna want to go with you. And if you do that, you take him away from his destiny of being a Jedi. Luke's trying to rebuild the Jedi. Jedi are gone. He's trying to rebuild them. Grogu's his first student. If you go see him right now and give him that gift that you have, you're gonna fuck all that up. He's gonna end up leaving with you, and he's never gonna become a Jedi. And right now, what the galaxy needs is Jedis. It's a hard call, but he makes the right call. And it's so heartbreaking when Baby Yoda sees him fly away. It's just like, it's God, And as much as I hate Pedro Pascal, I think he's an asshole completely. But he is a good actor, and he really does play Mando. He does so much without even seeing his face. His body language will tell you everything about what he's feeling. What Mando's feeling. So I think they did a really good job with that, And then of course the next episode we're back there again, Mando and Boba Fett. It's mostly Mando again. This time we're on Tatooine, and what's going on with that. Only a little bit of Boba Fett in that episode, and then the series finale, which is the one that came out last week. Okay, now all the forces are converged, and now there's a big shootout. Cad Bane shows up. And then he dies in the same episode. Big fucking deal. Boba Fett, of course, he acts tough until he's not. I've never seen so much beta male behavior from a character that I loved. I don't even consider him Boba Fett. I don't know what the fuck this guy is. He's a fat guy with a dress, wearing Boba Fett armor. I mean, that's the best way I can describe it. He doesn't even have the fucking rope around his shoulder like he's supposed to have. He doesn't look like some lean, mean fight machine. He looks like some fat, overweight, old man grandpa who fucking can't breathe in that helmet, so he's got to take it off all the fucking time. He's too nice. He cares too much about his feelings. He's not ruthless at all. He doesn't want to hurt anybody. He doesn't want to offend anybody. He wants people to fear him, but he doesn't want to be fearful. He doesn't want to enforce his own fucking. He's the nicest crime lord in the galaxy. He's the kind of a crime lord that would go around and give you Christmas presents. Okay. He's the kind of crime lord that, like, if you're late on your payments, he'd just be like, "Oh, don't worry about it. It's fine. That's cool. You just pay me when you can." I mean, that might be a stretch, but it's not much of a stretch. Okay, he's not like some cold, ruthless, cold-blooded killer. Okay, I don't know who the fuck this guy is, but he's not Boba Fett. All right. The girl Fennec Shan is more Boba Fett than he is. Okay. She's ruthless. Okay. She's the tough one, because of course she is. She's a woman. Of course she's the tough one, But this guy is he's a beta pretending to be an alpha, and yeah, that's it, He talks a cold talk, but he can't walk it. He can't enforce nothing. He'll talk shit, but he'll back down if you call him on it. So it's like, I don't know who the fuck you are. You're nothing. And he's an idiot. You fight these giant robots with force fields. He gets a bantha. I'm sorry. He gets the Sarlacc creature to fight him when he could have just used his own fucking ship, which is called Slave One. That's the name of Boba Fett's ship, Slave One, not Firestarter, whatever the fuck they're calling it now, because they don't want to offend anybody. No, bullshit. It's Slave One. That's the name of his fucking ship. That was his father's ship. That's his ship. Okay? He could have just gotten that thing. He's got a remote control for it. He could have just gotten that. That could have blown these robots away and saved us 20 minutes of fighting, of worthless, useless fighting. But no, they decided to make it drag on for 20 minutes just to see a fucking, a big shootout of lasers against a force field that you can't break. Whoopie-doo. And then it ends, Grogu shows up. Wow, what the fuck is he doing there? I guess he decided to go with Mando after all, so he's not going to be a Jedi anymore. Why? I don't know. And that's it, and then it fucking ends. And I really don't care. They called it the Book of Boba Fett. Where was the book? There was no book. There was no book of Boba Fett here. There wasn't even any Boba Fett here. You know, the Boba Fett that came out of the Sarlacc pit. You know, um, no, sorry, the Rancor. The Rancor was the monster that was fighting the robot. Sorry, not the Sarlacc. The Boba Fett that came out of the Sarlacc pit in the very first episode wasn't the same Boba Fett that went in. You know, it wasn't the same Boba Fett. Literally and figuratively, I don't know what happened. You know, now a lot of the defenders of the show have been like, oh well, he had a life changing experience. That's why he became nice when he came out of there. He decided he didn't want to be the way he was before. That was the motivation he needed. You know, that was the trauma that he had to endure in order to change his life. You know, and I raise bullshit flag on that because, like, come on, this guy was already the most feared bounty hunter in the world. You're gonna tell me that he's never been in life and death situations before? He's never been in come to God moments in his life before, as dangerous as the adventures that he's been in. He's never been so close to death. Okay, of course he has. Okay, how come this particular time changed his entire personality? No, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. If anything, he probably started off as a bounty hunter, nicer, and he ended up like the Boba Fett we got in Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. Okay, that would have been how he changed over time. Okay, it wouldn't have been the other way around. Okay, something crazy would have happened that would have made him become like Mr. Rogers of bounty hunters. No, I don't buy it. I don't buy it at all. The reason they did this was because they wanted to make it family friendly. They wanted to create a character that the fans would know. Name recognition, Boba Fett. Everyone knows that. But they don't actually want to give us Boba Fett. They want to call it Boba Fett so that we'll watch the show. But they actually wrote a completely different character and just called him Boba Fett to try to trick us into watching this show. Oh, just go with it. Just go with it. And no. If you're gonna change a character's personality that much, you better give us a good fucking reason as to why. Okay, a reason that's so fucking good that we're gonna go with you on this journey. Like, okay, this is interesting. Yes, I want to find out more. Okay, but they never did that. They never did that. They just showed him being nice to everybody, getting his ass kicked all the time. Not being a threat, not really being much of a fighter, much less the most dangerous bounty hunter. I mean, this is not a guy that fucking Darth Vader would respect. Okay, at all. This is not a guy that the other bounty hunters would have been afraid of. Not at all. Okay. So no, I raised the bullshit flag. That was not Boba Fett. I don't know who the fuck that guy was. It was not Boba Fett. I don't buy him as Boba Fett. It will never be Boba Fett. Okay. If they make a season 2 of the Book of Boba Fett, I am not going to watch it. I'm not going to waste my time. Okay. I'm pretty much so pissed off at Disney right now that I'm like this close to canceling my Disney Plus subscription because all they're giving us is bullshit, and all we got now coming as far as Marvel, which is my favorite, not Star Wars, Marvel, is just some more woke identity politics, and that's all they're going to give us. I mean, they already pissed me off with all the shows on Marvel, the fucking Loki and fucking and Hawkeye, which was very underwhelming, and that was the best one. Captain America and the Winter Soldier, WandaVision, which was started off okay, but then it turned into. So yeah, I'm not really, Eternals, that movie fucking sucked ass. The best thing Marvel's done is Spider-Man, Far From Home. Not Far From Home, Spider-Man, the new one, is it Far From, that is Far From Home, yeah. Yeah, Far From Home, yeah. So, is it Far From Home or is it Homecoming or is it Home Alone? The new Spider-Man movie, okay. So yeah, that's the best thing they've done. That's Sony, that's not even Marvel. So, So yeah, so I'm really disappointed with Star Wars right now. I don't like how the direction they're going. You keep hearing stories about like is Jon Favreau's in charge and Kathleen Kennedy's not in charge anymore, but yet they're always renewing her contract. They're not going to fire her. She's destroyed Star Wars. That's the reason we have no new Star Wars movies. They're putting everything on streaming now, and no one gives a shit. Okay, I mean, really, no one gives. What was the best Star Wars thing we've had since 2015? Okay, the best thing we've had was Rogue One, and that was mediocre at best. Okay, that was okay. That was passable. Okay, the fact that we already knew how it was going to end before we even saw the movie should tell you something. Okay, they're just trying to milk this shit for as much as they can, and it's just not working. I'm not buying it. They don't know what they're doing. They're trying to just do identity politics. They're trying to make it all about racism and stuff. Like same shit they're doing with Lord of the Rings right now. No one's gonna watch that shit. No one wants to be lectured to about how if they're born white, they're automatically racist assholes. Trump is gone. He's not president anymore, but everyone still wants to act like he is. Everyone wants to act like there's a KKK member standing right around the corner of everyone. So they allow shit like, like the dear white people and stuff, stuff that making fun of white people is good. I'm not even white, okay, but I can't stand the way they're treating white people now on social media, on Amazon, on Netflix. It's just woke politics all the fucking way. If you guys are so fucking woke, why did you fucking elect Joe Biden anyway? If you're so fucking woke, why did you just change one white guy for another one? Why didn't you get another white guy? Or why didn't you get a black woman or something? Not Kamala Harris because she's a piece of shit, but you could have found somebody else. Tulsi Gabbard. If Tulsi Gabbard, as a Democrat, if she had run, I would have voted for her. I would have voted Democrat. But anyway, that's not here or there. The point is, I know it's a rant, but the point is that like Hollywood is so infested with these woke politics, and the Book of Boba Fett is just another example of it. Okay, it's in there, it's permeated in there. They want to make all the women strong, they want to make all the men weak. Okay, and the fact that Boba Fett's supposed to be the main character in this show, the strongest person on the show is actually Fennec Shan, the Asian girl. Okay, she's the strongest person on the show, not Boba Fett. Boba Fett's a wimp. He's a wimp. He's too nice. He's Mr. Rogers with a Boba Fett helmet on. And that's not the Boba Fett that I remember. That's not the Boba Fett that was the most feared bounty hunter in the galaxy. I don't know what the fuck this guy was. I know this is what they wanted. I did see an interview with him where he said like, he didn't feel like they were portraying, the character he was portraying was written the way the character should be written, but Jon Favreau forced him to do it anyway, so he did. Boba Fett talked way the fuck too much about his feelings, too much questioning himself, too much like, am I doing the right thing? Should I do that? Should I do that? Like there's too much self-doubt for a guy who's supposed to be an alpha male. Don't buy it at all. Okay, so anyway, that's my review for Book of Boba Fett. It's a piece of shit. Please, if you want to watch it, fine. As long as you're not paying for it, okay? Don't make the mistake I did. Don't pay for Disney Plus and then watch this shit, all right? All right, thank you for watching.